Okay, so for this day, right, you can see that the front few trades that I take was like a test water, because first of all it's August and it's also a Monday. I don't really know where price is moving, okay, but basically last Sunday and last Friday and last Thursday and Friday already deep down lower, okay. So I was thinking subscribing more higher price, okay, but okay, right here I'm entering another shot, okay. And my so the context is like I don't know where price, I don't know which direction price is moving, okay. Okay, and now it's around 7:20 a.m. and I'm using the first fair gap concept. Like, okay, you can see that sell side is heavily taken, okay. So but at this point I'm thinking, okay, we are rejecting. Okay, you can see the big displacement lower because we kept the so far stay intact, that high safe. So I'm thinking, okay, we can continue moving lower, but on the 5-minute chart it's just retracing back up to a 5-minute CB, and right here I shorted again. Okay, now I want to see price use that 5-minute CB and send price lower, okay. But as you can see, there's a BC that form, and I'm saying what I want to see act as an inversion fair again and send price lower. Okay, why you can see on 5-minute chart on the higher time frame is just really consolidation. Okay, and bringing in the London session, we have been moving higher, so I'm thinking a lot of longs are very safe, okay. Okay, now we are back to that 1 hour order block, okay. So 0.75 level, we are back to it. So right here the daily chart. Okay, so I'm thinking buy side is raided, and the previous daily candle halfway CE point, we are also hovering around it, and we have the new day opening gap. And look at the 5-minute candle, look at the bodies is being held by the new day opening gap, okay. Yep, so bringing London session in, I'm really thinking of lower price, okay, and my take profit at that sell side, but definitely take profit can be at the rejection block, which is a better one. Okay, but at this point I shorted based on the new day opening gap and that OCB. Okay, and now I'm waiting for 7:50 a.m. macro. Okay, at this point, right, is doing this kind of consolidation is very hard. Okay, that's why you need to submit to the narrative. The narrative is what buy side has been constantly raided. Okay, even though it doesn't reach for the sell side, it has to reach for a discount. Okay, but at this point you can see the 5-minute BC to slice through like butter. That is literally a 5-minute BC. But on the 1-minute chart, there isn't anything. Okay, so I'm thinking 5-minute, it has to be played out on the 5-minute chart, okay. So at this point I like how price left the consolidation, left that OBC, how that 01-minute BC price just stayed in the lower part of it. I like how it was, and now I'm just letting price play out. Okay, I'm just waiting. Okay, at this point I throw my stop loss because the OCB and new day opening gap and the 7:50 a.m. macro already move lower, taken out sell sides, which I'm viewing as a market structure shift, which is why I'm seeing for lower price. Okay, so you can see 5-minute BC started sort of supporting price, but it's only on a 1-minute view. But on the 5-minute view, we cannot expect like straight away one shot lower. Wow, that is what you want to see, but generally you have to give it time to play out. Okay, so now the rejection block, okay, definitely rejection block should be the first partial, okay, but and you can see 5-minute rejection block, that should have been the first partial. Yeah, but I'm thinking at this point is a now or never, which is why you see I throw my stop loss to risk free. Okay, now risk free trade, and you can see big displacement lower, and you can see now on the 5-minute chart, see how price use it and slowly move lower. And 15 minutes chart, that 15 minutes BC, okay, now that is what I call manipulation. I don't think that price should have do this kind of movement if it's not manipulation, okay. But at this point you can see it almost stopped me out, okay, but my stop loss was based on a previous candle, okay, which is why it was kept safe. So yeah, you can see it was really close to my stop loss again, but at this point I'm expecting that CB to hold price and send price lower. Okay, when you can see this kind of displacement, I'm really expecting price to just continue shooting lower, which is why you see me throw my stop loss even further lower again. But at this point, rejection block should take profit here. Okay, so but I'm thinking, okay, my stop loss is shifted based on that CB, but at this point it really should have just expanded lower. Okay, but I can see it's taking too much time and it has been digging into a 5-minute rejection block. That is also a factor that, okay, we might be starting to move higher. And the sell side that I was seeing for price to reach for, which my take profit target, it could just keep that low safe. Okay, well, I don't know what's gonna happen because it's not even 9:30 yet. Okay.